What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Saire, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to yet another video. Today I got a very special video for the man, the myth, the legend, the greatest route runner in my eyes personally that I've ever seen. The greatest feat that I've ever seen, Chad Ochocinco. We're gonna get straight into the video, man. Straight in this breakdown, the routes, the releases, the feet, the hands. It all speaks for itself. So thank y'all for tuning in. If you haven't subscribe already. Man, thank you for tuning in. Let's get to it.
Three things in life that's certain: death, taxes, and 85 will always be open.
So this first route right here, this deep post, it's just very simple technique. I want you to pay attention to how he uses his hands to get open and create separation. But you see a lot of young guys don't understand how to do it. They don't understand how to play with their hands. He does a fantastic job right here of wiping through the DB. You know, DBs, they always want to grab. They always want to be, you know, quote unquote physical in their eyes. But we know as receivers, they like to hold and grab. So we got to be out physical them by using our hands, playing stronger than them, and not letting them dictate our route. And Chad does a fantastic job right here on this post route. As you can see, he creates an enormous amount of separation and is able to make this touchdown. This second route right here, this out route, Chad does a fantastic job of winning outside, most importantly, and stacking his DB. As you can see, he slightly dips his shoulder to fight back on top, to get back on top of the DB. Once you stack a DB, you can take them anywhere you want to take them. And he also does a fantastic job right here of looking this DB inside and making him think he's going inside and snapping him off and breaking outside. As you can see, again, he creates an enormous amount of separation. He does a fantastic job of not letting the DB's hands on him control his route. I say it all the time. Eyes tell lies. You can control a DB and you can control where you want to send the DB with faking them with your eyes. And Chad does a fantastic job of being detail orientated to create separation and make a nice toe tap grab. As you can see, you know, DB is grabbing them, pulling them. He doesn't let that, you know, dictate him and dictate his play. This third route right here, this hard post slash dig. I know they have different terminology in the NFL. I want you to pay close attention. The DB is heavy outside leverage. So in order to get inside on this hard post, Chad needs to stem at his leverage. So he does a fantastic job of widening him and stemming him outside and snapping it off and coming flat after that stick. And notice, I see a lot of young cats, man, when they're doing drills, they run with their head down. Notice how the entire time Chad is staring Revis down his skull right here. He keeps his eyes on him the entire time to never let him know where he's going. We know the route. We know where we're going. The DB don't. That's what I like to say all the time to the guys that I train. And he gets to the top of the route, and notice how he throws his head with that right stick. He sells it with the upper body. He sells it with his head, his shoulder, and he does a nice, fantastic, smooth, crisp, flat stick to make this completion. So this fifth route right here, this curl route, same thing. Pay attention to his eyes. He keeps his eyes up the entire time to stare the DB right in his eyes. But what I like here is, you know, again, understanding leverage. You see the DB is outside leverage. You see Revis is outside of Chad. So he stems at him and he gets at the top of this curl, and it's so sexy and beautiful. He violently sinks his hips, sit in the chair, and get in and out of his break within 2 to 3 steps. What I mean by sit in the chair is sometimes you see a lot of guys, they lean back in their curls and they come back and it causes them to fall or slip. But Chad does a fantastic job of keeping his weight over his toe, keeping his head over his knees over his toes, and dropping that weight and getting in and out of his break and making a play on his curl. So this sixth route right here, this simple slant, man, look at the separation. Like, the DB is literally nowhere in the picture of this guy. He does a fantastic job of widening this DB with that hop at the line and crossing his face and jabbing him with that right foot. Notice how, you know, he sells it with everything: upper body, head, shoulders, arm movement. He sells it with all of his upper body to really throw that DB. He moves him completely off of his grass. The DB was head up. He moves him completely off of his grass to win and cross his face on this fantastic slant route.
I want you right there. right. That's why I need you. I wanted to make sure you were at your best so you understood where I was at my game at the time, to where I know you coming and I'm still going to beat you. I used to tell Chris McAllister my routes. Chris, I got a slant. What you gonna do? I used to tell him. They couldn't stop me.
So this last clip right here, it's really not a route, man. Oh my God. This right here just bring tears to my eyes. Just seeing this is just poetry in motion. Just look at the separation. I really don't even know how to coach this up right here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just look at, just pay close attention to how he, eliminates the space between him and the DB by chopping his feet, getting on the DB toes, and literally abusing this man on that break to get in on that slant. Like, if this, notice like Chad didn't get the ball in his play. So I like to call that stealing a release or stealing a route, because when you know the ball's not coming to you when you backside of a play, you can get a great route in, or you can get a great rep in, and you can set up a rep for later on in the game. So he does a fantastic job right here, man, of just abusing his DB, sending him home to his family, looking embarrassed. And, man, it's just absolutely amazing. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. That's pretty much all I have for y'all. I don't know who I have next on my breakdown. I'm truly excited about it, man. And I just appreciate y'all for tuning in. Again, subscribe if you haven't. Man, I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.